Alright there, YouTube. I'm going to do another video on another truck I got. This is actually my T-Maxx. When I got this thing, like 4 years ago maybe, it was a 2.5. And I totally took it apart, changed every nut, bolt, washer, screw that was in it, and took it from that to 3.3. And took it from that to what you're going to see up under the hood. This truck has got very, very low miles on it. I haven't really run it that much. As soon as I got into this, I got into another project, and kind of this thing's been sitting for 4 years. But I guarantee you I could take it out and put some fuel in it and it will fire right up. It's basically brand new. It's been totally rebuilt. The shell is a 1967 GTO, and it's got a big block picco .26 max in it. Okay, we'll take the shell off. I'll let you guys get a look underneath the hood. And there she is, the picco .26. It has RPM shock towers, RPM A-arms, RPM steering blocks with the oversized bearings. Changed all the servos over to JR all metal digital servos. Put the aluminum transmission case in it with the Robinson racing gears in it. I'll get back to that later. And the back is the same. RPM shock towers, Integy shocks, RPM A-arms. I didn't put the true track on this one. I should have, but I do have the RPM oversized carriers on it. It's got the original Max tires on it. I figured it looks a little better with them. I could upgrade the tires, but trying to keep something original on it. It's got the Integy battery box and Integy servo box. It's running on a Spectrum 2.4 gig radio, RPM bumpers, and get a peep at the underside of it. It is all Integy cross member braces, middle skid plate, skids, and got the Integy blue steering servo guard. It does have the metal dry shafts in the center. I think they're, hell, I can't remember. It's been so long ago who made them, but anyway, I did have the Traxxas metal dry shafts, and I took them off and put my E-Maxx dry shafts on there. I figured since I ain't running it, it's a show truck, it just sits there. There's still a little bit more things I got to do to it, but I'll probably end up putting the metal ones back on it. I just didn't feel like ordering them, and they was handy, so I went ahead and put these on. I got the RD Logistics metal fuel tank, and Motor Saver air filter. I really like these air filters. They really shows good performance in your motor when you run one of these. It gets a lot of air through your motor. I had dual exhaust on it, but I would not recommend that dual exhaust to put on any vehicle. I had it on my Jado, and it really messes the performance of your motor up. You got to run it real rich, and you kind of suffer on power. So I took that off. Let's turn this big heavy thing around. And I went and bought a brand new resonator and put it on there. But when I was breaking this motor in, I was riding a wheelie across the parking lot, and as soon as the motor came to life and had some torque to it, I was riding a wheelie, like I said, across the parking lot, and it twisted the center output shaft in the transmission like a toothpick. And honestly, I haven't really run it since then. I took and put all Robinson racing gears back in the tranny and gotten involved with a couple other projects, so I really haven't run it since then. But I think it's a fairly good looking T-Maxx. It's all new. It hasn't been in any dirt, mud, or water. The times I did run it was on concrete. I had some road rages on it. And I put these tires back on it, and it's been sitting 4 years. And I'd almost guarantee it, you can hook this thing up, put some fuel in it, and it would fire right up. I like the motor, but I'm kind of thinking I might put a 3.3 back on it. This is just a little too much power for this truck. But I'm going to run it again. And if I twist my transmission output shaft again, then I'm going to pull this motor off. Sell it and put a 3.3 back on it. I had a wheelie bar on it, but I took it off and put it on my E-Maxx. Because I do run my E-Maxx more than I run this. So that's why I took the metal dry shafts out of it. But I am going to put them back on because they did make it look good. But tell me what you think of my T-Maxx, and give me some advice. Anything else you think I should do to her. But I think it's a damn good looking truck myself, and it runs really good. And eventually I will get it back out there and run it again. But I got so many projects going on right now, I just don't really have time to mess with this. I got 2 E-Maxx projects going on, a little mini E-Revo to finish up, and a little bit of work to do on my Rustler VXL, and then I can get back to this thing. But it is a beast. I love the body, love the car body on a T-Maxx. You can't beat it. And eventually I'm probably going to put a different chassis on this thing, and maybe I might aluminum all of it out since it's just going to sit, but I don't know yet. It looks pretty sitting there, so tell me what you guys think of it, and I'll give you guys a holler later. Thanks. Bye.